We're here again. Brian Powell, Vibe on Fire with Joe Grant and Dakota Jones. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great, Brian.
Doing good, Brian.
Joe and Dakota were second here at the 2012 Hardrock. Pretty impressive performances from both of you. Sub 26 hours, pretty good days throughout, more or less. It was actually really interesting this year that it really was a race. Like, I mean, halfway you guys were passing each other. The top of Virginius, I think you were in the lead. No, you were in the, Joe's in the lead, and then Governor's Basin, a couple miles later, you were in the lead.
Off course of Virginius.
And then, how do you go off course of Virginius?
I went down this wrong street shoot, but
you were pretty rough when I passed you there too.
I was cold.
Were you okay?
I was cold, and yeah, it was a very small, it was like a 30-second or a minute off, and then he called me back on course, and then basically surged.
Yeah, it felt great there.
Down to Governor's, and I think he had like 3 minutes on me at Governor's, and then Hal just came cranking down. So it's Camp Bird Road after that from Governor's to Ouray, and past me and past Dakota, and I think had 9 minutes on us by Ouray.
Yeah, 3.5, I think, 9, something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how long did you guys end up running together? I mean, like back and forth, like when the first half, were you guys mostly together?
Yeah.
Basically to engineer.
Yeah, we were together for a long time. In the start of the race, we were running together. We were kind of back and forth over Virginius, and then up the climb up to Engineer out of Ouray, up to Engineer aid station, which is about halfway. You caught me, and then didn't pass me. So I was chatting with Tony for a while. Yeah, you didn't.
I wasn't talking. You didn't do it. You were chatting with Tony, and
I started eating a bunch and started feeling pretty good. And then I got ahead of you, and I remember being kind of bummed because it was like fun chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got a ways ahead of you and didn't see you until like 89 miles in. After that.
No, I was being pretty conservative on the long downhill roads, and so Hal and Dakota were running faster on there, and I was climbing pretty well, and so I'd kind of catch up on the climbs, and then at Engineer, Dakota kind of took off on that road, and then I started feeling kind of rough from Grouse to Sherman, basically. So that, what is it, 20 miles from there?
Grouse to Sherman.
Yeah.
14
miles. That was my low point, definitely.
Was it?
Yeah. I felt really rough in there, and thought I was just gonna walk in from there, but.
So Grouse to Sherman is one place you made a move after coming off Handy's. You hit the road at Burroughs Park and made up 4 or 5 minutes on Hal and 4 road miles.
I wouldn't call that making a move.
Well,
I mean, I guess it looks
a
like
minute per mile on a road section.
I mean, I was just moving, so like,
yeah.
I was feeling good. I was psyched to get into the Grouse Gulch aid station at 60 miles, feeling good.
Yeah.
And then you go over 14,000 foot Handy's Peak, and then you have a huge descent. It's like 5,000 feet all the way down to Sherman. And yeah, I just felt good, and I was really happy, and I was starting to feel like, yeah, we're getting late in the race, and I'm feeling good, so I could start pushing it harder. And yeah, I did it. And then I got to Sherman, and just like, I don't know what the hell I did there. It took me 17 minutes to wander around for doing nothing, and then
You're
I
like
left.
slow motion pinball in there.
And then I left. I'm like kind of embarrassed. Like I can't even remember what the hell I was doing. But anyway,
if we had more space, I could show you an impression.
Later,
you stayed 17 minutes?
17 minutes of bullshit later, I just wandered out of there. I couldn't really run again for the rest of the race. So, whoops.
Any lessons to be learned there, Dakota?
I don't know, man. Don't stay in aid station 17 minutes. I don't know what my pacer was thinking. God damn it, Mike.
Footy.
Let
No,
me
well,
hang around for 17 minutes.
It's apparently Telluride is the rough spot going the other way, and Sherman's kind of the notorious for that, where you
weren't looking very good at Sherman.
I know I wasn't. I was kind of just. But my plan before the race was just to, even if I wasn't feeling good, was just to get through the aid station quickly. So I just kind of made sure that I changed pacers there. Tony had been pacing me from Ouray to Sherman, and then at Sherman, Wolfman picked me up, and we just kind of marched up the climb, and then got to Pole Creek, which kind of takes a long time, and there's some flat spots in there that I didn't run. I walked all of that, and my stomach wasn't too bad, but it was just kind of touchy. So as soon as I start to run, it would just not feel that great. But then I got to Pole Creek and I came in and the guy was like, "Oh, Dakota's 15 minutes ahead and he's looking terrible." And for some reason I just started to feel great. And I just I ran all the way from Pole Creek to Maggie, and then made up 9 minutes on that 4-mile stretch on Dakota, and then I could see his lights up on the hill at Maggie, and he was moving pretty slow. I could kind of tell he was just kind of hiking out slowly, and then I just felt really good and caught up to him on the climb up there. And
so in that section, Dakota, are you're not looking back all the time, but you have a good sense of where he is, right?
Yeah. I was very aware that we were being cut.
Well, we saw the lights, and we were.
Sure
Did you turn the light off?
Yeah.
You're supposed to turn them off before you look back.
Yeah.
Well, I kept on saying to Mike, I was like, "No, I think it's just somebody on the course, and he's like, "No, I'm pretty sure they're moving that way," and they keep looking back, and we're catching them, and but I tried to get you to rally up to go get Hal on Maggie, but you're just like, no.
Yeah, rallying. No. I was walking downhill at that point.
Yeah.
I guess.
What was the cause of it? Your quads blown? Was it energy? Are you just tired of running?
I don't really know. My legs just were really tired. 85 miles of Hardrock will do that to you.
Yeah.
Did you suffer less than last year?
No, actually. I suffered more than last year. Last year when I had a horrible race. But I think I suffered in a different way. I was way more prepared this year. Last year I didn't really realize what I was getting into, and I just kind of got to Ouray and blew up and was in surprise. Surprise. It was this hard, and it was like this, and I just had to grind it out, and it was terrible. But this year I kind of knew it, and I'd been there before, so when I blew up I was like, I know what to do. Just keep walking slowly as much as possible. So.
Yeah, something after last year's race, you said something along the lines of, "I can't believe I ran that, or had such a bad race, or felt that bad, and finished second."
Yeah. Now this year I ran an hour and a half faster and was a place lower. So,
but you did run an hour and a half fast.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Is a lot of people have come up to me and they've actually said, Dakota, I know it's not what you wanted, but good job. And I'm like, maybe it's not what I wanted. I don't have to win everything. I think third place is great. And anyway, that's just the way it goes. I don't know how to run 100 miles well yet, but I'll keep trying, I'll keep learning. And Joe and Hal had a better day than me. And you guys earned it, man. It was awesome to see that. And I'm happy with my time. I'm very happy with it.
No, same for me. I was really happy with my. It's really good feeling when you finish strong. You're just not in survival mode at the end, and typically that's the case at a 100-miler. And here I just as much as I had that rough patch from Grouse to Sherman, after that it was just odd how that happens. Sometimes in hundreds you just
the light switch goes off and then comes back on.
Yeah, and it just comes back on, and you're just like, this is shouldn't be happening really, because I've been running for this long. But yeah, it felt really good to be able to go hard at the end, and I thought Hal had ran the roads too hard, because that's and after we talked, and he was like, that's really where he wanted to put the moves. That was his strategy, and he just wasn't coming back I was, and so that's when at Maggie, when I passed Dakota, I was like, okay, if Hal's not coming back, then I have to go get him. And yeah, he just held it really, really strong to the end.
Did that surprise you guys at all? How well Hal held up that last half of a mountain 100?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't see that coming.
I don't know. Hal's really tough. He's just got the really good mental game, and he always brings it. And I knew that he was fit and he was really well prepared for the race. And he hasn't raced a ton, and so I figured he knows what he's doing, and so there was no doubt about that. It's just the course is hard, and so at some point it doesn't matter how tough you are. It's just and I thought that, but no, Hal's above that,
That was incredible.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
It's just he ran a really good race.
He ran a smart race. He really laid it all out there and he was able to hang on.
And he just made his moves where he knew he had his where he's strong, and those long downhill roads he just kind of opened it up, and that's where he gained his time, and then he just maintained, you know, through the rest of it. So yeah.
And you did charge. I mean, nobody's really had a chance to look at the splits, but from the end, somebody said you did 2:12 from Cunningham to the finish, and rumors that that was the fastest ever. Like normally a good winter split from Cunningham to the finish is about 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
and you were.
Yeah, I actually had a pretty slow split for the last 9 miles. Even my split beat Hal's split.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is saying a lot because I was dragging ass.
Yeah, it's just a weird feeling. Like it's like that run down into Cunningham off Green Mountain is super fun. Like it's just a great trail. So if you're feeling good, it's just like
you're using the word trail lightly.
Well, yeah, I mean it's you know, it's like a little
alpine basin.
Yeah, and you just come in, and I was really energized going through there, and but I gotta say the last quarter mile on top of Little Giant, there's kind of these false summits, and that's actually where JB Benna was filming, and I might have ran fast on that last bit, but that's not caught on camera because I was really hurting on that last quarter mile and just kind of walking super slow, but. Yeah.
So, you guys ask each other a question about your race. Got anything?
We said everything we needed to say on the course, didn't we?
Other questions have been between us.
What happens on the Hardrock course stays on the Hardrock course.
Yeah. No, it was really cool though to be able to kind of share a lot of the race with Dakota. And you know, when he took off, I did feel like I wish I could actually you know, hang with you going up engineer, because early on we were in a group of about 7 going into Chapman, or KT at least.
We're 7 of you, yeah. There's 6 at Chapman.
6 at Chapman, and it's just kind of cool. Like, you know, you're out for a long day in the mountains and having some company. It's like nice.
We're all friends.
Yeah.
We can all chat and catch up.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a cool sport that we can do that. Yeah. It's, I mean, you know, we literally have the start of the race like 8 hours before we start really getting into the race. You know, something like that, right? So we can actually chat because we're just going easy.
Yeah.
Because we have so far to go.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of sports where you can just like go easy for 8 hours.
Yeah. Well, I think you even commented at one point, you're just like, we are racing right now, you know, and we're just like kind of like walking up the hill chatting about, you know, whatever, and you're like, well, this is actually a race, you know, and it's like, well, you know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, after the race, I think, Dakota, you said something along the line, how cool and how interesting it is. Like, there's this sort of small group. Ultra running always been about community, but like right now, sort of there's the top races is sort of all like congealed, and like we all end up seeing each other.
Attract the same people.
Like,
it's really neat. Especially for me, I've been out in Silverton for a month and a half now training on the course, which I love. And I mean, I really revel in the days I spend in the mountains alone, just kind of running on by myself. But it was during Hardrock. It's just so cool to be in these same trails that I've done by myself. But this time I'm like with all my friends. There's all these people out there cheering for me, and everyone else. It's really cool.
Nice.
It's pretty exciting too when you've got like friends doing well. Like, it's funny because as much as I wanted to catch, you know, Hal and Dakota, and it was just like I'd get into the aid station and part of me's like, okay, where are they? And they would tell me, and I was like, oh, they're still kind of far up. But then I'm also like, that's cool. They're really, you know, having a really great race, and so it sort of like motivates you too. Like that, you know, yeah, people are doing really good in front, and so that's a good feeling, you know. So, yeah.
Well, I look forward to the next time we're together. I think I'll see you at Speed Goat, and where you be next? You're taking some time off. Cabal and
in Spain. It's a 50-mile race in Spain.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll be there too.
He'll be there too.
Awesome. Well, have fun in your adventures, running and otherwise, guys. Good seeing you.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah.
When you start feeling good, you're like, wait a minute, have I just been like slacking off for so long?
Well, that is kind of the thing, though. You know, it's like you're just kind of feeling crappy, so you can't go that hard. So that actually, when you know things start to pick up again, you're like, you actually have that energy. Because for me, it was like a lot of it was just kind of stomach stuff. It wasn't like throwing up or anything, but it was just like, you know, makes you feel just low energy, I guess. And then as soon as like that starts to get back on point, you can just rally because you haven't been going that hard before, you know. But
yeah, you should have rallied.
Yeah, it's cool. Is this the B-roll?
B-roll.
Wow. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, that was sweet. The Genius is always a trip too.
And what is Kroger's like? Or Kroger or
Well,
Canteen?
it was wet and cold.
It was really cold.
Freezing my ass off.
We just got pelted by hail for like 3 miles, basically. It was hailing, wasn't it?
Probably.
I think I remember it hailing.
You couldn't feel it after the. You can't tell the
Well,
difference
you
between
just
cold rain and hail.
numb, and you know, you just got your head and your knees just kind of going up the hill, and then suddenly you show up and there's rock there offering you tequila, and which I didn't drink.
Did you see that guy on top of Engineer?
Yes. What was his line?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
already wrote a blog about it. It's cool. You'll see it a few days from now.
You posted it up?
Not yet, but I will.
Oh yeah.
So
You said
nobody
it
else blog about that, okay?
You said it like 10 times, and you're coming up the valley, and all you hear is just like this screech, you know? And then as you get closer, you hear him like, that's what I'm talking about. And then you get to the top of the road, you know, on the Engineer Pass, and he's just like, okay, I've got hot drinks, cold drinks, but it's all alcohol, you know?
There's a bottle of Bailey's and a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Several shot glasses.
So it wasn't anybody with a race. This is just some random dude on the top
And
of
there's
Oak
a cooler
Point.
with a bunch of beer. Nice
Wait.
craft beers too.
He's not a random dude. He's like kind of
Yeah,
legend.
he's not random. He's sort of
No,
he's a character.
Yeah. JB! Hey man, awesome run, eh? I hear you like got a ride and then went back. That's that. Twice?
I went left down Stony Pass and then right down Stony Pass. The third time I went the correct way.
Nice, man. Epic, man. That was good. Yeah. We'll catch up soon, huh?
Yeah, we will.
All right. He's a good dude.
That guy's tough.
12 miles off course. That's better than I did last year.
Straight up.
That's hard to beat your record. He did it well.
Well, I tagged an extra peak, but I didn't do that many miles, I don't think.
Yeah, he did catch a ride up to the extra peaks.
Oh, you did?
He went up to Cunningham, and then got a ride back to where he got lost.
That's crazy. That's cool though. You got it done.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, because I thought he had dropped.
I was told he dropped. He was sitting at Cunningham after getting a ride up there, and like, who after getting a ride into an aid station, like decides like I'm not gonna take it. Well, he actually, the word is he was gonna like he didn't care if he was gonna get DQ'd or not.
He just wanted to finish. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That he thought he was gonna get DQ'd.
And so they didn't
he still wanted
DQ
to
him
finish.
because he got
That's
lost
the spirit of
on.
hard rock.
It's
though.
like
You know,
he did every mile of the course.
Exactly. People talk shit about the hard rock a lot, but like, I mean, that's it. They'll reward the people who are out there for the right reasons. You know, he was like, I don't care if I get disqualified. I want to finish the race.
Yeah.
And that's what they like about it. You know, it's not about winning. It's about the experience of being out there. And
So,
they knew
but-
that he had the right.
But why did he
attitude.
get the ride to Cunningham? Just because he?
Well, he couldn't
I don't know
he
the
couldn't get
whole
back on
story.
course.
He couldn't find the course at all. Yeah. Okay. That's hilarious. Just like.
He was wearing the button down every time I saw him, except for night. Sherman, he was in a tech tee.
Yeah.
Was Hal shirtless all night?
He put a shirt on. I asked him. They said it was at Cunningham.
He put a shirt on at Cunningham?
Yeah.
It was like 4:30 in the morning.
It's funny. It's funny because I had a long sleeve on. I took it off at Cunningham because it was.
Well, it was a while.
It was a while after him. Yeah. It was half an hour.
Not that far.
Okay.
I saw you guys. I mean, I had actually a great profile because I was coming down the other side.
Yeah.
And I saw Hal, and his headlamp looked terrifying. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He must have been looking around or something, but it literally looked like he was darting around up and down the mountain, like 100-foot radius. Like
Are you
this,
sure
like
you weren't
up and down.
hallucinating?
I don't. Maybe, but he looked like a fly, literally. It was definitely his headlamp, but
He's probably
was,
slipping around with
going
his
around like a
shoes.
headlamp, like a fly. I was like, oh my god, what is wrong with him?
It's funny because when we saw your headlamps coming down, it was sort of like the way, you know, how, because we could see Hal across from, you know, as we were coming down into Cunningham. And so when we saw yours coming down, I was just kind of like looking at my watch thinking, you know, seeing how long it was going to take you to get down. Because I was, even when I was up top coming down off of Little Giant.
You're worried about me. Yeah.
Well, Wolfman's just like, nah, he was half an hour back at Cunningham, and I was like, wow, keep looking, man, keep looking. And apparently Hal was like, got Carly she would stop every 2 minutes to look if I was coming.
Yeah.
So Hal was going down, it's like, okay, stop, take a look. And I mean, I was like, you know, 34 minutes back at Cunningham, so unless...
That's probably what the crazy light was. It was probably Carly, like, stopping, looking, like...
It might have
I don't know
been.
what the deal was.
Yeah.
I was probably just hallucinating. But yeah, Yeah, I knew you were probably looking back worried about me. And I like made me laugh in a way. I was just like, Joe, stop worrying, really. There's no way I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, you're just in that moment. And I mean, I was still looking for you on the single track, like through there. It's like, Wolfman, is he there? He's like, no, I think you're good.
Dude, that would have been awesome, because we agreed that we'd finish arm in arm if we
Hey man, we told Hans that's what we would do. Except for Hal was in front, so it would have messed up our plan of
getting it next time.
Hans told us before the race that we should finish together. So
Hans, did you saw
in first place.
In first place, together.
It's happened before.
So that way we would both get in next year. We wouldn't have to go through the lottery. That was his
sporting. That's good logic. That's a German talking right there.
It was brilliant.
What if everybody just finished, just like laid down?
Yeah.
Right in front of the finish,
Just
and all just walked.
Stop right there.
Across.
God, that'd be a lot of. Oh.
Yeah.
No, man.
I don't think that's
no way.
I don't think that
spread
should
out too much. But that would be fun.
They could give you a sleeping. Oh, it's probably unfair aid. Yeah, you couldn't do that.
Well.
Yep.
I'm gonna go eat a donuts.
They're donuts?
No. My crew got me donuts for during the race.
Yeah, Dominic was rocking the Telluride.
At Baked and Telluride, the bakery over there. And Dominic used them because I showed him.
The place is called Baked.
Baked and Telluride.
Is this a Colorado bakery?
It might be a double entendre. You can decide for yourself. But anyway, best donuts ever. And yeah. Anyway, I didn't eat any during the race, so I've got a bunch now.
Two most fabulous persons you could ever want to meet. Just ask me, because I'm a mommy of this person and associate mommy of this person.
So why are they such great people?
They got great legs, really nice butts, and great attitudes.
Great mothers. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.